In our relentless drive for success, there's this one powerful fuel that almost all of us, well, we just forget about it. So today, we're going to rediscover the absolute superpower that is rest. I mean, you hear it everywhere, don't you? Hustle hard, grind 24/7. It's all about working more, more, more. But this quote, it just stops you in your tracks. It's basically asking, what if we've got it all backward? What if the real secret isn't about pushing harder, but about the very thing we're so quick to sacrifice?
So, why are we all so exhausted? Where is all this pressure even coming from? Well, it turns out we're living in a culture that's pretty much designed to fight against our body's most basic need, the need for rest.
Think about it. It's everywhere, from the books we read, the podcasts we listen to just scrolling through our feeds. The message is relentless. Be productive, always be active, always be doing something. Relaxation? Nah, that's framed as being lazy. And if you slow down, you're falling behind. It's wild. We've created a world where being exhausted is almost like a badge of honor.
And here's what that pressure looks like in real life. We're talking longer work hours, being plugged in 24/7, and our phones, they're basically little anti-sleep devices. They blast our eyes with blue light that literally tells our brain, hey, it's not time to sleep yet, by blocking the one hormone that's supposed to make us sleepy. It's a perfect storm working against our body's natural clock.
Okay, so what's the big deal? What's the actual price we pay when we ignore our need for rest? Well, it has a name we all know, and unfortunately, a feeling many of us have experienced: burnout.
And this metaphor is just perfect, because burnout isn't just feeling a little tired. No way. It's like you've burned through every last drop of gas in your tank. One minute, you're barely sputtering along, and the next, the engine just cuts out. You've got nothing left. Absolutely nothing. Not mentally, not physically, not emotionally.
And this right here, this is what it feels like when it gets personal. AJ Hogue talks about having newborn twins, a masterclass in sleep deprivation. And he says it's not just that you're too tired to work, it's that you have zero willpower for anything. Not for exercise, not for eating right, not even for just gathering your thoughts. Your self-discipline, your mental grit, that's the first casualty.
And here's the thing, that feeling isn't just in your head. It's what's literally happening inside your brain. When you don't sleep, your brain's performance just nosedives. Your judgment gets foggy, your ability to concentrate is shot, and good luck's trying to control your emotions. You become way more irritable, way more anxious.
And it doesn't stop with your brain. Oh no. Your whole body pays a heavy, heavy price. Your immune system gets weaker, so you get sick more often. The hormones that control your appetite and metabolism, they go completely haywire, which is why people often gain weight when they're sleep deprived. And we're not just talking short-term stuff. Long-term, you're looking at a seriously higher risk for major problems like heart disease.
All right, so to figure out how we can reverse all this damage, we first have to understand what sleep actually is. And I'll give you a spoiler alert. It is not just your brain switching off for 8 hours. Not even close. See? Sleep isn't passive at all. It's an incredibly active and, get this, productive time for your body. While you're out cold, your brain is running this super sophisticated maintenance program. It's repairing damage from the day, locking in your memories, and literally getting you prepped and ready for tomorrow. And this whole maintenance job, it happens in cycles. You drift off, then you hit deep sleep, that's for your physical body to repair itself, and then you go into REM sleep, which is all about processing your emotions. Now here's the crazy part, your brain goes through this whole cycle 4 or 5 times a night. So if you get woken up, even for a minute, you might have to start the whole cycle over again, which can totally rob you of that crucial deep and REM sleep. So, how much of this deep cleaning maintenance do we actually need? Well, it really depends on your age. You can see here, kids and teenagers need a whole lot more sleep. But for most of us adults, that magic number is somewhere in the 7 to 9 hour range. So the big question for you is, are you actually consistently getting what your body needs? You know, our bodies are actually hardwired to get this sleep on a schedule. We've all got this internal clock. It's called the circadian rhythm, and it's basically synced up with the sun. It knows when it's light and when it's dark. So when we mess with that by staring at bright screens late at night or keeping crazy erratic schedules, we throw our entire system completely out of whack.
Okay, so we get the problem, right? We know the stakes are high, and we've looked at the science. Now for the part you've been waiting for. What can we actually do about it? Let's dive into some really powerful, practical strategies you can start using tonight.
And we can break this all down into a super simple 3-step plan. It's all about 1. Controlling your environment, 2. Preparing your mind and body, and 3. Mastering your schedule. Simple as that. First up, your environment. You've got to treat your bedroom like a cave. Seriously, it needs to be dark, quiet, and cool. And this is a big one. Turn off all your screens at least an hour before you plan to go to sleep. Here's a pro tip for you. If you do wake up in the middle of the night, use a dim red light, not a bright white one. It's way less jarring to your brain and won't mess up your sleep cycle nearly as much.
All right, step 2, prepare your mind and body. You need to create a wind-down routine, something that signals to your brain, hey, we're powering down now. This could be reading a real book, not on a screen, or taking a warm bath. It helps get your brain out of that go, high alert mode. Oh, and don't forget to exercise during the day. You really do have to earn your sleep by using up your energy.
Now, what if you feel like you need a little extra help? Look, the advice on this is crystal clear. Steer clear of prescription sleeping pills if you can. They come with a super high risk of addiction, and they're really just a short-term band-aid that can cause much bigger problems down the road. Melatonin, on the other hand, is completely different. It's a natural hormone your own body makes. It's not addictive, and it can be a really safe way to gently nudge your sleep cycle back on track.
And finally, step 3, master your schedule. When it comes to sleep, consistency is absolutely king. Your body's internal clock thrives on routine, so try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. Yes, even on the weekends. I know. And be smart about caffeine. You really want to cut that off at least 7 or 8 hours before bed. If you're a napper, that's cool. Just keep it short, like 20 to 30 minutes, and do it earlier in the day. A long nap late in the afternoon is just going to steal sleep from your night.
So, when you boil it all down, we have to completely change the way we think about rest. It's not laziness, it's not a sign of weakness, it's not wasted time. It is essential maintenance. It's the critical work you do that makes all your other work possible.
And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? We've walked through the problem, we've laid out the solutions, now the ball is in your court. So thinking about everything we've talked about, what's the one thing you're going to do, starting tonight, to begin rebuilding this foundation for your own success?